Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I actually wanted to make a video about the Petsmart and Petco care sheets. Now, they're not that bad, honestly. There's just a couple things about the cage or the home that I just wanted to point out. And I'm gonna go grab them right now, and I want to get started. But before I do, hit that like and subscribe button. So I just wanted to let you guys know before we get started that this YouTube channel is not just about hamsters. It's also about other types of creatures like fish, dogs, cats, birds, tortoises, caterpillars, butterflies. Now, not all of them I have as pets, but most of them I do. So the animals I have right now, I'm going to be talking about their care information throughout this whole YouTube channel. But as I get more animals, like for example, if I get a guinea pig, I'll start talking about him. Because the reason why is because if I don't have a certain type of pet and I start talking about that type of animal, it just doesn't make sense as I don't have my own experience. So when I get a new animal, I make sure that I have some experience with that animal before I start putting him on camera. And that also may take a while just because I have to make sure the animal is also tamed. An untamed animal cannot be on camera. So I got the care sheets, and this is the PetSmart care guide. It's called Syrian and Dwarf Hamster. Now, this is not just the only care sheet. There are some other care sheets that don't have the proper care on it, but I've collected every single care sheet that Petco and PetSmart have. Just for this type of time. So, this is called Getting to Know Your Syrian and Dwarf Hamster. So, and then I have the Petco care sheet. So, I think I want to start off by the PetSmart care sheet. Looks interesting. So, Getting to Know Your Syrian and Dwarf Hamster. Cute little dwarf hamster. Okay, the first thing I see is completely wrong. First of all, that wheel was probably completely small, and that hamster is way bigger than that probably. They just make it look suitable. And that's not a lot of space anyways. And another thing is that it's a bar cage. Bar cages are not suitable for hamsters. As you notice, the tray is very small, and that can't fit enough bedding inside. The bare minimum is at least 6 inches, and that looks like 1 inch or like 2 inches wide in real life. So this is a tiny wheel, tiny little platform, an unsafe bridge, and bars. And I don't think that would look suitable. It calls it the hamster's habitat, but that's not quite true. But I don't really have a problem with the care sheet. There's just some things that are a bit wrong. So, energetic and athletic hamsters. Their fur-lined pouches that extend from their head to their shoulders help them transport food. True. Experience level, beginner. Well, if they mean beginner, hamsters aren't really beginner pets. Like, beginner pets could be like a plant, because if the plant dies, it's not a living animal. Like, I have this plant, and it survived for a very long time. But I don't think a hamster would be a beginner pet, just because they need a lot of care. The dwarf hamster size. Dwarf hamsters grow up to 3 to 4 inches, 8 to 10 centimeters long. Syrian hamsters grow up to 13 to 18 centimeters long as well. The lifespan on average, they live up to 2 years. That's really true. Not a lot of hamsters have lived up to 3. Behavior. Hamsters are nocturnal, love running on their wheels at night, if it's a big enough wheel. Diet. Hamsters are omnivores. 1 second while I search, are hamsters omnivores? Okay, they're omnivores. I think. Yeah, they're omnivores. social. While Syrian hamsters are sociable with humans, they are solitary animals and should live alone. So yeah, so it says Syrian hamsters should live alone. It's just solitary. What else? Most dwarf hamsters, however, are social animals. No, they're not. They're not social. Again, if you haven't seen that video, it's called Are Hamsters Social or Not? That's the video, and it talks about why they're not social. So they cannot be housed together. Okay, that says it right here. It says habitat. Okay, a big enough habitat. Water bottle. Okay, hideout. Usually, this doesn't even show a hideout in there. Okay, so yeah, they need more than just one hideout. Small pet bedding. Yes, they need bedding. Lots of bedding. A food dish. Yes. I prefer a water dish, but I only use a water bottle as my hamsters weren't trained for water bowls. So, transport tube. Do they need a transport tube? I mean, they don't really, because I don't think any tubes are big enough for a hamster. If hamsters had seeds in their cheek pouches, if they crawled out to a tube, they could either get stuck or an infected cheek pouch, which is a problem. And an exercise wheel. Yeah, an exercise wheel, the proper exercise wheel. So this is a suitable type of exercise wheel, but it's just not big enough. Now you should never use any type of other wheel. It has to be something that like stands up straight, not like silent spinner. Silent spinners are not, no. Okay, how do I set up my hamster habitat? Place the habitat in a low humidity area that's cool temperature. That should be between 65 and 75 degrees and out of direct sunlight. That's correct. Line the habitat with an appropriate amount of clean bedding. The bedding should be spot cleaned as needed and changed as directed by product packaging. Okay, so I don't know if Petsmart knows, but their bedding actually on the back, the instructions are completely wrong. It says just put in 2 inches of bedding. No, 1 to 2 inches of bedding, and make sure that you don't give your hamster too much. That's not correct, so I don't think you should do that. I mean, the packaging is also has another thing. It says, and spot clean your cage as directed by product packaging. So the product packaging, basically in the back, it says to take out all the bedding, which you should never take out all the bedding. In fact, my next video will be about how to clean your hamster's cage properly. Never take out your whole bedding and then put in brand new bedding. You should at least save half of it or a quarter of it. And yeah. Then add in transport tubes, you don't need that, and add in an exercise wheel for play and exercise. Hide houses will provide your hamster with a private spot. Edible nests will encourage your pet. Edible nests? Yeah, I don't get that. Okay, so 80% pelleted food and 50% veggies. That's no, because 80% pelleted food, it should actually 80% seed mix and pellets, because just pellets isn't enough nutrition. Now, the back shopping checklist. And I'll probably make a part 2 because my camera is about to die, so yeah. Shopping checklist. What will I need for my pet hamster? Dwarf hamster habitat size should be 12 by 12 by 12 or larger. Multi-level home preferred. Multi-level homes don't provide enough room, and 12 by 12 by 12 is not enough. They need at least 450 square. At least they need about like a 20-gallon tank or a 40-gallon tank. 40-gallon is better recommended. Syrian hamster's habitat should be sized as 20 by 10 by 12 or larger. Multi-level home preferred. Again, no multi-level homes are preferred. In fact, it's also really small, so all hamsters should at least have 40-gallon tanks. Pelleted hamster food. They need seed mix. Okay. Now they need a water bottle. They need lots of bedding. So so they need a food dish, but I prefer a water dish. Okay, now they need a hideout, more like at least 2 hideouts. Nesting material, isn't that the same as bedding? Treats and wood chews. So treats aren't actually needed, unless if you're training your hamster or you're rewarding them for being potty trained. But other than that, I don't think, no. So small cage, sociable, that's wrong. The small cage is also wrong. Bar cage is also wrong. Food is wrong. The hideout is wrong. Multi-level home preferred is wrong. So we're sure that things you shouldn't follow. I know I said that there's some things that are good, but there is a very small amount of good things. So I actually am going to make a part 2. My computer is at least only 6%, so I will make a part 2. So make sure you watch part 2. I'm going to be uploading part 2 today, and I'm also uploading part 1 today. So if you want more of those part 1 and part 2 types of videos, make sure you like and subscribe so I know, because for some reason comments are turned off, which I didn't choose that. So make sure you like and subscribe so I know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye!